Good morning, Titans, and welcome to this edition of Titan Television. I'm Aubrey Salisbury.
And I'm Mackenzie Moore. On this episode, we'll take a look at how students have taken their talents to the next level and what new changes to expect in our school's parking lot.
All this and more on this edition of Titan Television. Many students dream of turning their passions into a career, but one student already has a head start.
Caitlin Bowles has the story.
In 8th grade, I started getting interested in shoes because it was like the craze in my school, like all the retro Jordans and stuff like that. And I seen this video on YouTube of somebody customizing some shoes. And I was like, man, I could do that and I can make some money doing it.
And with this idea in mind, Jones turned his passion for shoes into his very own business, Swavey Customs.
It started off as just customizing shoes, so I'd take some shoes that somebody had and was either beat up or they just wanted to spice them up or whatever, or I'd go buy some and paint them and then resell them for more money.
But Jones has earned more than just a little extra cash through his business.
Charles is an entrepreneur in a very specific type of niche market. Not everyone wants a pair of Nikes customized. And he just found that niche and he's taking advantage of it, which is what good entrepreneurs do.
I feel like I have an advantage because, you know, I'm starting on my career before I'm even 18 or out of high school. Going through that, I feel like will give me an advantage over other people my age in the future.
And although starting a business takes work, Jones has been able to grow through the process.
So with those extra years of experience on, you know, trial and error and failing and, you know, losing money, stuff like that. Going through that stuff helped me become a better business person.
You've got to market yourself. You got to put yourself out there. You got to meet people. You got to shake hands. You got to build relationships. And I think he's learning how to do that, and that will benefit him when it comes time.
But with college right around the corner, Jones has had to switch his focus.
This year, I decided I wouldn't do as many shoes so I could focus on art for the moment being, because I'm trying to go to KCAI, and if I plan on getting a scholarship, my portfolio needs to be real nice.
Whether it's through his business or furthering his art education, Jones is pursuing his dreams and encouraging others to do the same.
You got a passion, go for it, strive for it. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it. If you stick to your guns and you actually put in the work, then you could do it.
You can find Jones's designs on his website, swaveycharles.com, or on his Instagram at swaveycharles. Shoe customs start at $100. With photographer Aubrey Salisbury, this is Kate Bowles reporting for Titan Television.
Nate Bush is one of several students choosing to further his artistic talents after high school.
And people have this whole concept of a starving artist, which isn't always necessarily true. I think a lot of people just don't understand what people can do with art in the future as a career.
To find out his plans and more about art institutes, go to lswestonline.com and look under the Student Life tab.
Next up, we'll find out the true story of a new musical group.
Boats, based on a true story. It's catchy, I guess, so that's what we're going with.
An upcoming indie psychedelic band, Boats, is just setting sail in their journey as a band.
Harrison has, fortunately, a good taste in music, so we're not playing metal or screamo or any of that stuff, so.
I remember whenever
We're all pretty close, and we kind of in rehearsals we kind of play off of each other, and it's definitely a good situation.
But these two's relationship goes further than being bandmates.
I didn't really have a choice in it because I'm Harrison's brother. There's a bunch of high schoolers and then 7th grade me, so it took a while for me to jive with all Harrison's friends, but we get along now.
I mean, if he wasn't playing the drums, it would be really weird for me to look over and be like, what?
I'd like to see us play a couple shows, you know.
In the meantime, Boats is currently writing songs and working on a set list to perform.
I don't know when our first gig is going to be, but we're working on it. So be looking out.
With photographer Lauren Disman, this is Danielle Gorman reporting for Titan Television.
National Honor Society is hosting another blood drive, and Kayla Ewell has the details.
If you missed out on the last blood drive, the National Honor Society will be hosting another on April 13th in the North Ox Gym.
Anybody over 16 can participate in the blood drive. The main purpose for it is just to give blood to people who are in need of it.
If you're interested in donating, sign-ups will begin on April 10th during lunch.
Anybody under 18 needs to get a permission slip signed by their parents. They can get the slip when they're signing up for the blood drive or from Miss Adams' room.
Last year, Lee Summit was able to beat their goal of 160 donations, and we usually average about 70 to 80 donations per year. So this year we're really trying to beat that and hopefully beat Lee Summit. So aiming for about 170, 150 donations.
1 in 3 people will need donated blood in their lifetime, and just one donation can save up to 3 lives. So remember to come out and donate on April 13th. Reporting for Titan Television, I'm Kayla Ewell.
You've probably noticed construction workers while pulling into school.
Kaylee Addison has some good news for student drivers.
Students driving to school in the morning often struggle to find an open parking spot. So, to address the increasing number of student drivers, construction is underway to add 50 new parking spots. Students still in need of a parking pass can put their name on a waiting list in the main office. You must be able to prove that you're at least 16 years of age, but you must act fast because the waiting list is filling up quickly. Parking passes for the remainder of the year will be $12.50, and this is a low cost compared to the $120,000 it is costing to add these spots. Many football fans have concerns about the placement of the new parking lot.
That's one of the great things about coming out to the games and stuff and seeing, the kids out there tailgating and different things. So yeah, I don't see why that would change at all.
The new parking lot is estimated to be finished by April 1st. With photographers Kayla Ewell and Sam Thomason, I'm Kaylee Addison reporting for Titan Television.
Hopefully now, parking passes won't be an issue for next year's drivers.
Now we'll send it over to Matt Ross with the Titan Sports Update.
Make the ground shake.
Welcome to the first spring edition of Titan Sports Update. We begin with the last winter sport finishing their season this weekend. Best of luck to Coach Schieber and his Titans in Columbia. Now on to baseball, with the focus being on one sophomore who made the team but will miss the beginning of the season due to an amazing opportunity in Arizona. Levi Chrisman has more.
The end of baseball tryouts can be a relief to some and heartbreaking to others, and sophomore Jalen Phillips knows both outcomes.
Me not making the baseball team last year kind of pushed me to work harder, to be a better athlete.
Phillips now has his coaches to thank for his recent success.
They took one-on-one time with me, knowing that I didn't make the baseball team last year. They wanted me to work hard and make it this year.
And after working hard in the offseason, Jalen has made remarkable progress.
Jalen has improved a lot over the last year. He worked really hard in the offseason to get a little stronger, grew a little bit, which always helps, but has a stronger arm, got better defensively. Happy to see his improvements.
This hard work has not only earned him a spot on this year's team, it has earned him a once-in-a-lifetime chance to play at the next level. Phillips went to Arizona this spring to train with the Royals minor league team.
It's the daily life of a major leaguer and a minor leaguer, so it was pretty fun.
With photographer Jarrett Pemberton, I'm Levi Chrisman, reporting for Titan Sports Update.
The Titan baseball team has already completed their jamboree and will head to Union City, Tennessee for spring break. Carson Stepanski now brings us from the diamond to the pitch, covering 2 softball players who decided to brush off their soccer cleats for the spring.
Softball players Mackenzie McAtee and Chloe Arbuckle have decided to switch their cleats this spring. Both McAtee and Arbuckle play softball for West, but this year they decided to join the girls' soccer team as goalies.
We realized that we were short the first day of tryouts, and having some conversations with some girls, they had played in the past and thought it was a good opportunity to come out.
With previous experience, both players have decided to step back into this tough position.
Yeah, considering I haven't played for a really long time, probably just getting back into the swing of things and like the muscle memory of actually playing soccer. It's been a while since I've actually been on a soccer field. I think just getting back in the groove of like playing the actual sport itself.
And their experience in the ballpark has increased their athleticism in the goal box. Even with a lack of seasoned goalies, the soccer team still has high expectations this season.
Well, we got a lot of kids returning from last year's roster. Got some really talented younger kids that are coming in the program, so I think we're excited about it.
With photographer Madison Martin, this is Carson Stepanski, reporting for Titan Sports Update.
Dawson Airholtz and I had a chance to sit down with a former Titan who has started her career here at West with the girls soccer team and has since made a name for herself.
Three-time first-team All-State, four-time All-Conference, four-time All-Metro Player of the Year, and Gatorade Player of the Year. 2013 graduate J.C. Johnson made a name for herself here at West. This success led to her college career, which was just as successful, including 2 years on the Big Ten All-Conference team and 2 conference championships.
A lot of work, you have to put a lot of effort in, you have to master a lot of techniques. It takes a lot out of you, but in the end it's worth it.
These accomplishments are not only a product of Johnson's work, but also a product of the coaching staff at the University of Nebraska.
They just constantly are pushing you to be your best and like don't really take no for an answer, that like you just have to be like the best you can be, and like that's what like will happen.
And it did happen. Johnson was later invited to the girls' national team to represent the United States.
It just takes a lot of effort getting through high school and coming to the college level and then playing for the national team and then now getting drafted.
Johnson recently signed to play with the North Carolina Courage, a women's professional soccer team.
The North Carolina Courage like took a chance with me even though I'm hurt, and this has like been the hardest thing because I won't be able to play my rookie season. I had to sit out, I had to rehab.
Johnson tore her ACL during the offseason, preparing for the draft.
I mean, being a professional athlete, it's like I was a liability that I can't play for 8 months with an ACL tear, and so I just didn't think I'd get drafted, and they're still allowing me to come next year and play with them.
The struggles she had faced this year reflect the progress Johnson had endured to get to the pro level.
To just never give up. There's going to be hard times. Like, everything's not going to go. Obviously, I experienced that, like with my injuries and whatnot, but I mean, if you really want something and you put the effort and the work into it, you will see the results.
With photographer Matt Ross, this is Dawson Airholtz reporting for Titan Sports Update.
The girls will have their first match Tuesday, March 28th versus Ray Peck. The boys lacrosse team has already started their season, going 1-2 over their first 3 games. They'll head to Lincoln during spring break. The girls lacrosse team will have their first game Monday, March 27th versus Pembroke. The boys and girls track team will have their first meet Friday, March 24th versus Belton. The boys golf team will have their first match versus Fort Osage and Ray Peck. And finally, the boys tennis team will have their first match Monday, March 27th versus Rockhurst, Park Hill, and Lee Summit. That's all I have for this edition of TSU. Now back to the studio with Mackenzie and Aubrey.
Thanks, Matt. But spring sports aren't the only thing in season.
Prom is just around the corner, and Wedding Expressions may have your perfect attire.
Prom season is coming up, and in the heart of downtown Lee Summit, you can find everything you need to perfect your look for this special night. Wedding Expressions by Jerry offers a large selection of award-winning designers that are sure to match your taste and price range. Also, get a $40 prom discount on a tux, prices ranging from $74.95 to $144.95. And if you bring in the dress, they can coordinate colors for you and your date. And you won't have to worry about someone having the same dress, because they make sure no dress is sold to the same school twice. For the perfect dress and tuxedo, try Wedding Expressions at 228 Southwest Main Street in downtown Lee Summit.
But before we crown a prom king and queen, we must crown this year's Mr. Titan.
Let's take a look at this year's contestants.
Mr. Titan winner is Peyton Burlingame.
On April 9th, 12 boys will be competing for the chance to be crowned the 2017 Mr. Titan. Your contestants are Jonah Beard and Ryan Kallenberger, Kyle Gertis and Zach Andrews, Cole Taylor and Cole Yarborough, Dominic Diaz and Talbot Buford, David Treese and Evan Jones, James Wiltfang and Dylan Bestgen. Each contestant will be competing in 3 categories.
They come out and do evening wear, which is tuxedos provided by Men's Warehouse, and they answer a question during that time. And then they also do swimwear and a talent portion.
The event will also include an opening dance choreographed by the Senior West Side Girls. If you would like to get a pre-sale ticket, look for one of the contestants for guaranteed entry.
Right now they are in a contest to see who can sell the most tickets.
If you don't get tickets before the show, they will be sold out the door for $5 until they run out. This is Adonna Barney reporting for Titan Television.
Hopefully, the announcer will read the winner off the right card, unlike the infamous Oscar mistake for La La Land as Best Picture.
La La Land may have not won the Best Picture, but it is one of the biggest films of 2016. Danielle Gorman has the review.
The highly praised 2016 film La La Land has quickly become a fan favorite, taking home 6 Academy Awards. La La Land also holds the tied record of most nominations at 14. Directed by Damien Chazelle, youngest director to win an Oscar, La La Land is a musical romantic comedy starring A-list celebrities Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling. La La Land is about an aspiring actress played by Stone and a troubled musician played by Gosling, trying to navigate their way through the competitive city of LA. In this review, we will be discussing 3 different categories: the soundtrack, the cinematography, and the plot. The soundtrack, written by Justin Hurwitz, offers a breath of fresh air to the music scene. Packed full with songs, La La Land brings us back to the roots of the jazz genre. The soundtrack snagged an Oscar for Best Original Score, and 2 songs were nominated for Best Song. The audition song, otherwise known as Fools Who Dream, was Stone's big number in the movie and could be argued as the most impactful and emotional song in the movie. However, the song La La Land is most known for is the Oscar-winning Best Song, City of Stars, which is played multiple times throughout the movie. To see the full review where we discuss the cinematography and the plot, head to lswestonline.com. With photographers Bryce Presley and Lauren Disman, this is Danielle Gorman reporting for Titan Television.
If you haven't gotten a chance to see La La Land, spring break is the perfect opportunity.
Next, Aniston Barney asked students what their perfect spring break would look like.
With spring break right around the corner, Shelby Parscale and I hit the halls of West to find out students' dream vacations.
I want to go to Mexico to see the clear water beaches.
My dream vacation is to go to Bora Bora.
My dream vacation is probably Dominican Republic because a bunch of my friends have been there and it sounds really cool.
My dream vacation is to go to Cancun and to be able to swim with the dolphins.
My dream vacation is Disney World because it's the happiest place on earth.
My dream vacation is Bora Bora because it's secluded and really pretty.
My dream vacation is traveling around the Mediterranean in Greece.
My dream vacation is New York because I love the city and the atmosphere and the idea that at any given moment, anything can happen.
Even if you don't get to go on your dream vacation this spring break, there are still plenty of things to do right here at home.
If you're stuck here this spring break, we're going to remind you of some places you can spend some time next week. Live music, bustling people, and a plethora of ethnic cafes create the unique experience that is the Kansas City River Market. Shoppers can have their pick at fresh fruit and vegetable stands lining the sidewalks, all while enjoying the street performers and musicians. People may also come across some oddities, such as seasoning vendors who sell custom barbecue blends, or tea vendors who offer a multitude of different teas and flavors. Another quite literal hidden gem of KC is Steamboat Arabia. After being preserved for over 100 years in the fresh water of the Missouri River, the Arabia was recovered in 1988. Artifacts range from millions of glass-blown buttons, pristine plates, and chinaware. And even the snag that sank the boat itself are features of this exhibit. It's open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tickets are $14.50. The Central Branch Library is more than just a place to check out books. With well-lit desks for reading, the peaceful quiet will give people a break from the loud cityscape of Kansas City. Whether you're in the mood for a good meal or a good book, Kansas City has plenty to offer this spring break. With photographer Drayden Wood, I'm Mackenzie Wilson, reporting for Titan Television.
What if there was a way to relive your favorite high school memories? Your first game,
Your last assembly. Your greatest moments. What if there was a way to relive what some call the best 4 years of your life?
Attention seniors, remember to send pictures to Carrie Smithfield or Mackenzie Wilson by April 13th. Pictures can be emailed or dropped off at room 2081. Group pictures only.
Also seniors, check your emails for the senior polls that will be sent out next week. Polls close April 7th.
That's all we have for this edition of Titan Television. I'm Aubrey Salisbury.
And I'm Mackenzie Moore. Don't forget to tune into the intro show on April 13th and have a happy St. Patrick's Day and a great spring break, Titans.